Hello, I'm back. I have taken a little break from uploading videos recently because I've returned to work after my maternity leave and I felt the need to take a couple of weeks out just so that I find my footing with things and get used to our new routine, which I have done, and everything's going really well. So I feel like I can now make space and time for videoing again. Today's video is all about stuff that I am loving at the moment. I feel like I've done quite a bit of shopping recently for beauty products and makeup products, and there's quite a selection that I'm really enjoying and I just keep coming back to, and I haven't shared them with you before, so I thought I'd do a little video telling you about them, how I've got on with them, but also giving you a bit of a review as well. This video is going to be very much based on sort of high street and drugstore brands, things that are easily accessible and quite reasonable in terms of their price as well. So the first product that I've got for you today is a brow product, and it's something that I am already wearing. I've got it on today. It's a pencil and it's Brow Artist Expert by L'Oreal. Okay, and I've got this in shade 102, which is Cool Blonde. And if I just push my fringe out of the way, you can just see that I've got it on. I have been using a powder on my eyebrows for such a long time now, one of the Cryolan powders actually, and I really got on with it, but I dropped one of them in my coffee and I thought I'd try a pencil because I've never used a pencil on my eyebrows before because I was a little bit scared that they'd just be a little bit too punchy in colour. I love the fact that it's got a nice spoolie on the end so you can brush your brows, make sure they're nice and tidy as you go. It's not something I personally have to use because my brows aren't particularly long, they kind of stay where they are, so I just use the end. I love the fact that it is actually shaped a tapered end, which means that you can use the narrow end of the nib for your finer areas, and also you've got a thicker part which is helpful for filling a wide area. If I just do a little swatch test on the back of my hand, there you go, it's actually quite pale. And I was testing this in the shop and I was thinking that's far too pale for me, but I wanted to go paler. I wanted to try something a little bit more subtle, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it because I can always just build it up. And look how dark it looks. It's actually really quite a deep shade, and I don't go over it very much, I don't build it up very much, so I think the colour payoff is fantastic. It's at $6.99. At the moment it's $6.99, yes. The only thing I would say about this product is the fact that it doesn't last me very long. So I probably got through my first one in maybe 2 weeks. So I don't think that's very good value for money. The fact that it's got a spoolie on the end might mean that they can't actually fit a lot of product into the tube, whatever you want to call it. So it is retractable, goes up and down like that. Looks like a lot of product, but I mean this was brand new yesterday. Okay, so I bought this yesterday and I used it this morning, so I haven't got much use out of it at all. There's not masses of product in there, but I would have thought that was a good amount, but then turns out it's actually not very much because it didn't last me very long. So on the one hand I was a bit annoyed with that, but then you know, L'Oreal is very often 3 for 2, so I bought 3 of them yesterday for the price of 2, which is only what, £14, so it's okay value, that's fine, we don't mind that. I think the colour payoff is really good. I like the consistency, I love the shape of the tip, and I love the fact that it's retractable. I don't have to bother with sharpening it. The spoolie on the end is a nice touch. I don't personally use it, but there are plenty out there that would. And yeah, I love it. I think it's a really good shade for me. They do a shade lighter and they do a couple of shades darker as well. The other thing that I got from L'Oreal is an eyeshadow. Now I'll be really honest with you, I didn't need an eyeshadow. I don't wear eyeshadows very often, but at the time, this was 3 for 2 maybe a month or so ago. I was like, oh, what do I get? I don't really want anything, so I just got this eyeshadow and I've made a real mess of it, so I don't really want to show you too much, but this is a gold eyeshadow, and again I'm wearing it today so that you can have a look. But this is in shade 500, which is Lumiere, and if I can show you there the palette, this is just a single eyeshadow, and if I swatch it on the back of my hand, It's really, really pretty wash of gold. Now whoa, I've put loads on, that's really strong. Let me show you in the mirror. There you go. It's really, really shimmery. It's beautiful. And I just use it as a wash of colour over my eyelids. Now, when I found this, because I was looking for my buy two, get one free gift, and I was really lost as to what to get, I was thinking, oh, I'll just get an eyeshadow, but I don't normally wear eyeshadows, so I didn't know what colour to go for. So buying something like this was actually a fantastic idea, because if I can show you where I'm wearing it now, it's really, really soft. It's almost like skin colour, but glistening skin. So when you put it on, it just gives that lovely glow and shimmer to the eyelids. So I fell in love with this, and I think it's really, really beautiful. And you know what? I use it as a highlighter as well. This time of the year, we're just entering spring. It can be a little bit intense, and under certain lighting it can look a little bit darker than you would think it would be. If I was using this as a highlighter, I would actually use it more around sort of summer and autumn time, when the lighting is a bit more appropriate for that. But if you just put a light covering on, you can get away with it just fine this time of year, and it's really, really pretty. I can't remember the price of this on its own, but I will link that underneath in the description box, so if you want to buy it, you can. It's really, really pretty, and the shade is called Lumiere, and it's shade 500, and I just think it's beautiful for everyday wear. I've covered myself in that now. I'm just going to grab a wet wipe. It's the good thing about having kids, there's wet wipes all over the house. Okay. Christ, check out that hair. Oh, we've just come back from a walk, actually. We've been out for a walk, and it's just one of those really misty, cloudy, damp air kind of days. And it's the worst day to have a fringe. If you've got a fringe, you'll know what I mean. It just screws you up. So even if you're having a really good fringe day in the morning, don't go outside, because you'll just look like a poodle. And I tell you what my fringe does, is it just scoops out like this. I look like Pippi Longstocking. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. That's just what it does. So the next product I have is actually also a L'Oreal product. I sound like a right tight arse, because I've obviously bought all of these products on offer, and it's this lipstick in shade 636, and it's called Mahogany Studs, and I'm wearing it now, and it's quite a dark rusty red for me. I call this a grungy berry. Okay, so on the back of my hand, you can see it's got a slight sheen to it, and that's because when you put it on, it's actually quite nourishing, and it's got like a cream formulation, which I really, really enjoy, and I love it. I have been wearing this most days in the week when I'm at work, and I've had a lot of compliments from my students about it as well. I love the fact that it's a matte, but it's really, really creamy, it glides on, it's nourishing to the lips, and it doesn't feel drying in the slightest. The only thing I would say is, if you need to reapply it, layering the product tends to get like, what do I want to call it, like a crummy texture to it, and I find that I'm in the mirror and I'm like scratching little lumps of product off. But what I actually think that is where my lips are actually a little bit dry, and it might be the texture of my lips as opposed to the texture of the lipstick. The next product I got was actually to complement this lipstick, because I really struggled in my current collection to find a lip liner that would match this. I had one that almost matched, and it did the job until I went shopping again, but this lip liner is the perfect match, and I'm in love with it. I've never bought from Rosie for autograph in Marks and Spencer's before, but I am now a convert, and I shall be buying again. This is her lip definer, and Rosie for autograph, and it doesn't say the shade on this pencil, so I'm going to have to link it in the description below so that you know what the shade is. But I love the fact that this is a pencil. It's a little bit grubby now because it's well loved, but it's retractable. And I love a retractable pencil because I can't be asked to sharpen anything. And it's the perfect shade to go with this lipstick. So it's that sort of deep berry, and it's also quite matte as well, which is just lovely. The thing about this lip liner is the consistency is so smooth, and normally that makes me a bit nervous, because when you get a lip liner or an eyeliner that is really, really smooth, you generally don't tend to get a good colour payoff. But the intensity of this colour is really, really good. You just literally one slick, each way and it's enough colour. So while I was shopping with Rosie for autograph, I thought, oh, I could do with another highlighter, couldn't I? But the truth is, I don't need another highlighter. I have tons of them. And then she does this amazing stick one. This is, again, Rosie for autograph. This is Starstruck, the highlighter, and it's in a stick. It's retractable, and look at that shade. Oh, it's just lovely. I have been getting on with this so well. I love it. This is called Get the Glow Starstruck highlighter, and because it's a cream stick, it leaves you looking so dewy and so hydrated, which is what I'm all about at the moment. I'm wearing it today for the purposes of this video, but I just wear it every day anyway because I love it. It is a lovely dewy glow to the skin. And I find that when I apply this, it doesn't break down the foundation underneath and it doesn't cake at all. It's just so beautiful to blend, and I can be quite firm with my blending as well, and it doesn't dislodge my base. And when I put it on, I would say this is so similar in terms of shade to the Benefit High Beam, and it just smooths on, it blends like a dream, and it lasts all day. And I tell you also, you can powder set over the top of this and it still shines through. So I enjoy the fact that I can powder set and I don't have to worry about my shine coming throughout the day. I mean, what's the time? It's like 3:30 in the afternoon and my skin is doing all right. My next product is a mascara. It turns out I'm pretty fussy about my mascaras. I always used to just pick up whatever was on offer or whatever I wanted to try, and I didn't worry too much about whether the brush would suit me or if it was big enough or had the bristles that I liked. But through time I've become really quite particular about the mascaras that I like, and at the moment I am testing out for the first time Soap and Glory Thick and Fast, and this is the Flash Extensions Effect mascara. So they have like a black Thick and Fast and then they have another one, but this is the Flash Extensions, and I got this in the shade black. But the thing I loved about this is the brush. That is a big brush and I love it. I like a brush to be bristly. I don't like these rubbery spiky things that came onto the market. I just don't get on with them because I find they deposit too much product at the root of the lash, and they just don't whisk my lashes up enough to make them as fluffy and as light as I like them. So I've always been firmly loyal to the bristle brush, but I like the bristle brush to be quite long but also quite fat at the same time. And I'm trying it out. This is a few days in. I layer it up maybe 2-3 times and it copes really well. It's a lovely consistency and it goes on really smooth. There's no clumping, there's no heavy depositing of product, so it doesn't stick my lashes together, and it makes them really fluffy. And it separates them really well as well. So I'm getting on really good with that. I'm enjoying it very much and it lasts the day perfectly. I personally am not a fan of waterproof mascaras, so I didn't get the waterproof one. And sometimes I worry about the lasting power of a mascara if it's not waterproof, but I don't like the hassle of trying to remove it at the end of the day, and I find it makes my lashes a little bit on the dry side. So I've come away from waterproof mascaras, but it equally makes me a bit concerned about how well something's going to last. But I've had absolutely no problems with this one. It lasts beautifully, it doesn't smudge, and I wear it on my lower lashes as well, and it doesn't have any fall down. So I'm really enjoying this. It's £10.99, I believe. It's either £10.50 or £10.99, and I'll link it below so you get an accurate price. But it's fantastic. I love it. The last product I wanted to mention to you, the last thing that I am totally loving at the moment, is a perfume, and that is by Jo Malone. And I've got it on today and I've layered it with my body lotion as well, and it's just stunning. And this is a perfume that I intend to become my new signature fragrance. I went into Jo Malone with a view to having a hunt around and trying to find a perfume that could be my new thing, my new everyday scent. And I had a lovely assistant that came and helped me, and she talked me through sort of things that I like and things that I don't like, and she helped me sort of narrow it all down. Long story short, I found my signature fragrance, and it was one of those finds that I literally did a little leap for joy inside, and I thought, this is it. I know this is the fragrance. This is what I want to smell like all the time. It's beautiful. For me, I like a floral fragrance, but one that is not flowery. I like it to be fresh and clean and crisp. And I like a little bit of sweetness as well, but nothing sickly. And she gave me the perfect fragrance, and that is Nectarine Blossom and Honey. It is delicious. I enjoyed the body wash and the body lotion, and she gave me a hand massage, and she laid the fragrance on my arms for me, and she gave me some samples to take away as well. So I've been using my sample for the last few days, and I've got the body wash, the body lotion and the perfume, and the moment they're gone, I'm definitely going back to buy the full size product because I just love it, and it lasts the day, and it's fresh, and it's just what I want to smell of. So they are my current favourites. I kind of missed the boat for February favourites because we're almost halfway through March now, so I kind of like ditched that idea. I've got plenty of ideas for more material and content that I can't wait to share with you, so keep watching, subscribe to my channel, and you won't miss anything I do in the future. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're all having a fantastic time. Take care guys, and I'll see you next time.